Hey,
And we are live.
yes,
Hey everyone, how are
ma'am.
you doing? It's Salem, and I'm here talking to another artist. This time, Keithyboy.
Hello,
And
Sai.
and Keithyboy, how would you describe yourself? What kind of artist are you?
I am primarily I'm a digital artist. I do dabble in mixed media, but I am a digital artist currently doing a graphic design and illustration course, and I personally very much enjoy delving into uh, body like the human form and sci-fi horror stuff like that. Those are the sort of things I like to kind of build my character designs around. If you so, as you could probably see from the picture that is currently on the screen,
Hmm.
I like to I like to do a little bit of body horror every now and again.
And you said you were a digital artist. Now, did you start off wanting to be digital, or did it evolve into that?
Sort of, it sort of just went that way as I sort of got better with pencil drawing. I expanded onto learning how to draw digitally because then I could be a little bit more adventurous with how I could frame my pieces. I didn't have to worry so much about getting everything right the first time. Uh, just sort of let me let me grow a little bit in terms of developing a style and such. It was, I much prefer it this way.
And what it seems that your main influence is anime, but are there I don't want to speak for you. Where did you get your your primary style from?
Oh, my I actually was inspired by an artist by the name of Destiny Blue. She is the sort of reason. She's sort of the reason that I really got into drawing because I was able to. She showed me a way of expressing myself during a quite dark period of my life, which is when I sort of picked up drawing. And so a lot of the way that I frame my pieces and the way I use color and the overall style stems from how she used to how she draws. Uh, Although obviously over time I've taken on more of my own style, sort of looking more towards anime, but sort of trying to mix it with more Western styles of cartoons as well as sticking with my anime fan roots, so to say, as you can probably tell from looking at my pieces.
Were there any specific? You did mention Western cartoons, and you did mention I'm sorry. What was the name of the artist that you
Uh,
were
Destiny Blue.
Destiny
And I,
Blue. So you mentioned Destiny Blue. You mentioned Western cartoons and animes. Were there any specific ones within the Western cartoons and animes?
well, I guess I grew up watching a lot of old school Disney. You know, things like Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, Mulan was a particular favorite of mine. I love Mulan. Although it's not as old school, but you'd kind of class it in the same sort of, you know, the 2D era of Disney. Um, so I liked the more realistic facial structures that they convey while still looking typically cartoony. Like they have like the cheekbones and stuff, which you don't really get in anime. It's a lot of straight lines or simple lines, unless you're looking at more recent works with like things like Arjin, which I'm currently watching right now, has characters with very defined facial features. Um, but yeah, a lot of 2D Disney. I looked at it for my college course, and so I kind of in doing so sort of took some elements of that while I was drawing for that period of time, and they stuck for the most part. Though I'm slowly becoming a bit more anime again.
Out of choice or out of just what you're naturally doing?
I think I think it's yeah more of the direction I want to go. because I love the exaggerated facial features of anime, and so I love to play around. Especially, I love to play around with faces a lot. So it's one of my favorite things to do is to just see how far you can push that.
And which animes were an inspiration?
Oh, well, I didn't get into anime until I was in my teens. Really, as I certainly grew up with it. I watched, I did the typical kid thing. You watch Pokemon and Digimon and shit like that. Um, and it was, your typical kiddie stuff that you watch. But as I got older, don't hate me for this. The first anime I ever watched was Sword Art Online in my teenage years.
No shame, no
Biggest
shame.
regret of my life. No, I don't. And that sort of opened the door for me getting into more. I sort of simmered down and sort of. I don't watch as much anime as I used to anymore. But the big ones, the big one for me were Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood, and Attack on Titan. Those are the ones that really kicked me off into just anime as a whole, especially Full Metal. That one really got me. That one really. I still watch that today. I rewatched that last week. I rewatched the entire series.
It's a good sign if you're able to return to it more than once.
Oh yeah. I mean, hell, Arjin is an example of one that came out 2 years ago. This is my third time watching it since it came out. It's good. I love it.
Which show? I didn't hear you.
Arjin. It's a Netflix.
I'm,
It's a Netflix one.
ooh, I may have not seen it.
I recommend it. It's 3D.
Okay.
It's a 3D anime, but it's about the title is Arjin Demi-Human, so you can kind of imagine what it's about from that.
Oh, okay.
But I think you'd enjoy it. Honestly, it's interesting. It's certainly interesting.
Okay, so we've got some ground covered with Western and Eastern influences, and you kind of blend the ambition that it kind of created together, and you get your own style that you work with. What primarily are you drawing? You did mention, about the sci-fi, the horror, and the characters you draw, but is there like a reason behind all of it? Is there like something that you're trying to? Is there any ideas, feelings you're trying to get across? I know you briefly touched on it, but I guess I'm just asking to go into it a little deeper.
All of the characters that I create and I draw, they all draw from aspects of my life during certain periods of time. Each character was created during a different time of my life, and obviously they carry with them aspects of that. With some of the older characters coming across, with some of the older characters being basically personifications of my life and my struggles during that time. So with the first character, Jack, is, as I've mentioned to you in private conversations, he is basically as close to me as a character gets in terms of who they are and where they've come from. Obviously, there's differences for to make him stand out as a character, but when it comes down to it, he is inspired off of who I am and what I've been through, which is why we share the same disfigurements on our bodies.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were going to keep going.
No.
My apologies.
No, it's fine.
So, I mean, obviously you can tie that into horror, but now I'm curious, why sci-fi?
Well, I've always been a big fan of science fiction. Ever since I was young, I've loved everything to do with science fiction. I started off with Star Wars, naturally, as people do. Um, And from there, it went into like Alien versus Predator. It went to Alien and Predator, their series respectively. Obviously, given my age, I grew up with Alien versus Predator more than the single ones, but I went back and watched all of them. I very much enjoy them. I watched a lot of Doctor Who. And as a kid, I was known for being, that sciencey nerd, and so science and science fiction is a very big part of my imagination. As again we talked about privately, a lot of these characters that I design are designed around being as biologically plausible as possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you did have for your vampire lore, it was very, very tied to biology. And it had very little essentially, I'm sorry, had very little to do with with magic, and more like something that you see a lot nowadays, where it's like we're trying to find a way to realistically explain the myth.
Yeah, and I take a lot of enjoyment from that. I think that's always really fun trying to explore why this thing exists, as opposed to just stating that it exists because, magic. I like to think, maybe there's a reason for this. Mm-hmm. And so I like to explore that, especially with established, concepts. Like, I took the concept of a vampire and went, okay, how can I make this real in as real a sense as possible?
Yeah, and you're bringing up something interesting, and it's that a lot of artists tend to be storytellers, whether they know it or not. And like with all these characters you're coming up with, you made a whole story and lore and mythos behind it all, and it seems to be something that goes across everybody's heads these days. Is that creation? There's always like a purpose and like a drive from it. But when you talk to an artist, a lot of the times they'll go in a direction like this, but it doesn't seem like it's necessarily put on the forefront a lot of times, especially nowadays, where you just see a piece, you like it, and then you scroll by, and then you'll never know what's the intention behind it.
Yeah, I think that's something I kind of got from Blue, from Destiny Blue. If you look at her work, every single one of her pieces has a detailed description to it. Like it talks about what the piece is going to, what obviously you can get from the piece just on time what it's trying to convey to you, what it's trying to express, and she does that extremely well. But she takes that and goes like above and beyond in her descriptions to make sure that you know just how meaningful this is meant to be. And it's really nice. It really is nice. And in all my DeviantArt pictures, in my descriptions, there is a description of what is going on. Like, you can obviously see, and you can see what it's trying to convey, but in the description it tells you about what is happening to the character. Like, not so much for the one that's currently on the screen here, my profile picture. I didn't really have much to say about that one. Because, again, I'm in the middle of redesigning this character, so we didn't really have much to say on it at the time. But with the ones I showed you last night, and the one I think you're putting in the thumbnail, Give, that one has a description to it. So does all the ones about Rachel, the redhead character that I showed you. They all have descriptions to them.
Now I'm curious because you say you have all these descriptions, but the descriptions aren't going to really matter if nobody reads them. And I guess my question is, in your opinion, what is it about an art piece that would make someone stop instead of just scrolling past it and look into it a little deeper and try to discover it and find out more? What is it that would spark someone's their interest and their investigation into something?
Well, I think the first and obviously the typically most important thing is color. Yeah, like you want to have something that is eye catching the second you look at it, which is why I play around with color a lot in my pieces. With obviously the one that's on the screen right now is very blue, lots of blues. That's completely intentional. And with Rachel, I often make the picture as red as possible because that's her color. I just try and make them stand out as much as I can. And when you've caught their eye with color, then I'd say the next most important thing is catching their eye with theme. So if you were to look at something and you're like, oh, okay, that color has caught my eye, and then you look at it more and you're like, oh, there's something going on here, then that will get people to look more into it, because then they become interested in finding out what's going
on. Repeat that last little bit, because whatever's in the background on your end, it just drowned out all of your words.
I'll move back to see if it works. But what I was saying is, yeah, once you call their attention with color, that will obviously make them be like, oh, that looks nice, what's this? And then they'll look at the theme. And they'll be like, oh, this is interesting, I want to know more. That's like the most important thing I'd say is color, and the second is theme.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Sorry, I've been talking.
No. You were totally fine, dude. You're totally fine. I was just making sure that, because I couldn't hear it, and I just wanted to make sure that it gets in there so that everyone can hear it. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay, so you did mention that you are going to college for what was it, digital art?
Yes, graphic design and illustration.
Okay, graphic design and illustration. What are you hoping to get out of that?
Well, I mean, the dream would be to go into character design for like a video game or something. That would be the dream. But anything really to character design, I'd love to do, because I love designing characters. It's just so much fun to just think about all the possible pieces that go into a character.
And what are you learning in the school? Any useful tips, tools that you've never seen or heard of or experienced before?
There are a few things every now and again. Usually with Photoshop, I'm learning tools and new layer tools, ways to just sort of maybe do things with my pieces that I didn't think were possible, like layer masking. I had no idea existed until recently, which is something I am glad to have found, because it makes my life a lot easier. As well as other things like learning how different layers interact with each other in Photoshop, and all the different adjustments I can do to a piece. It's helping me make my work just look that little bit nicer. And obviously, when you're drawing all day, or at least for the most part, you'll be going to start noticing improvements. I noticed a huge improvement in my pieces, in my work, since I started college.
And what exactly can you do with this degree when you get out? Like, what? I mean, it's giving you a skill, but what is it that's in the field that you could perhaps take away while you're trying to achieve that dream job?
I don't know. Really, honestly, that's a question I struggle with, because I went into college sort of knowing what it was going to be like, because I've had work experience in video game character design. So it's sort of it was like I went in knowing exactly how things are going to be like structured, how briefs work, how working for a client would work. All that stuff was just sort of I already knew, and so there's not really much extra I'm taking away from college in that sort of sense because that's all already present for me. And if I ever need questions, I have contacts that I can ask about.
Mm-hmm.
So it's in that regard, it's not there's not really much coming out of it, but practically and like developmentally, I feel that my work itself is going to receive a lot of improvement from being at college and working in that fashion.
Would you like to share a little bit of your experience in the actual professional field?
Yeah, it was only for.
But I'm sorry to interrupt, but before we do, just so you know, Omen says the Great Buzz does not want Keithyboy's art secrets out.
Okay, but
and then someone named Liam Pyro says, "Fun fact: he lives next to a jet engine wind tunnel. Don't fact check this."
that's a friend of mine. That's Liam. Yeah. No, I think he knows how bad my laptop is. It is. Ugh.
And then Megatron95 says, "Hashtag sporks are useless."
Indeed.
Sporks are amazing. And anyone else who so is a sporkophobe. And Sydney Blueness says, "We are always watching."
I know. Of course. She is always watching. I just got a message from them. Just got a message in a group chat saying Liam, you're okay. Anyway. But yeah, no. It was only for about a week. I think it was, if I remember rightly. But I worked. Obviously, I shouldn't go into huge detail, especially since we're working, especially since we're public here. But I did work. I did work at Sony.
Okay.
I worked at Sony with the PlayStation team.
Now we know where the Great Buzz is coming from.
They don't want him out. They don't want it out. But yeah, they had me. They had me sit down. They had me work on from a design brief. They showed me different techniques for how to come up with designs. There was a nice one that I still use from time to time when designing brand new characters or brand new creatures. Silhouette. The silhouette thing where you just scratch. Like you just sketch and sketch and sketch until you come up with something that looks like a silhouette or something, and then you take that silhouette and you build around it, and that's quite fun, honestly. It especially helps for someone who's terrible at designing buildings to do it that way, because you can come up with some really interesting designs. But yeah, they basically showed me what it was going to be like. I went and worked in that field. It was very interesting, and it was, of course, it was all work, but at the same time, it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was a really nice environment. People were really friendly, and I was doing something that I loved doing. It was nice. It felt good.
Something that many people would only dream of ever getting to.
It's like before then, I was gonna go to uni and become a paleontologist.
Oh my, a paleontologist?
Yes, I dodged the bullet on that one.
Oh my god, that's funny you mentioned that because as a kid I wanted to be a paleontologist too. Jurassic Park, man, that made you want to do it.
For me, it was a mixture of Jurassic Park and Friends because I loved Ross and he was a paleontologist, and I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. Uh, but yeah, I got to like all the way up until I was 17. I was going to be a paleontologist, and I did that 1 week of work experience, and it changed my entire outlook on my
future. I'm sorry, I'm listening, but I just looked at the chat really quick, and um, okay, so we got Liam Pyro said, "Thank you, Spork, save lives." We got Mike Whitaker. I just got here. Omen, Sporkophobe would be a sick industrial metal band.
That would actually.
That is true.
We got pizza, whiskey.
Oh my god, a man after my own heart.
And then
complete
Liam
180.
complete 180, yeah.
180 from what? I guess I don't get that.
From paleontology to art.
Maybe not necessarily, because it was an image that kind of drew you to interest in paleontology. I mean, you don't just you just don't think up. Yeah, I wonder what's underneath the ground. No, it's like no, you're like I want to get some goddamn dinosaur bones.
Yeah, that's true. But no, it was a very drastic change in idea, but I honestly can't imagine my life going any other way now. I think if I'd got to uni and then told you, I would have been utterly miserable.
Okay. Sorry, my computer almost like blue screened. I was like, no.
Oh, it's fine.
I mean, we're starting to lighten up and everything, so we can just talk about let's talk about what your thoughts are on like the way the art world and entertainment world is going right now. Now here's a fun place to start. You said that since for for sci-fi, you said you got into Star Wars. What are your thoughts on the series right now? Uh-oh. Did I wander into the lion's den there?
I think there is nothing that has not already been said.
Oh, okay.
About my thoughts.
Okay. Well, let's. I guess. Let me ask. Are you liking what's going on, or are you not liking what's going on?
Not a huge fan. That's definitely not a huge
fan. Okay. Well, if you would rather we talk about something else, and we can move on from something else.
It's fine. I have no problem with Liam. But I mean, in short, I kind of get. I'm kind of with the majority of the community on how I feel about Star Wars. It's not like I'm not like the diehards and being like just hating it for the sake of hating it. I'm not like that. Mm-hmm. But it's not good. I understand why they don't like it. And it does genuinely anger me when I see people just defending it as if it's a newborn child. Because it's like it's okay to like something that's not good. I'll be honest, I like The Force Awakens. It has its flaws, but I enjoy it as its own piece of media. And I could see a direction that it could have gone in. And then Ryan Williams, or whatever his name is, just completely fucked everything up. With The Last Jedi, basically made the entire trilogy obsolete.
Can you scoot into the mic a little bit? Just you're starting to get a little quieter.
Okay. But yeah, it's okay to like something that's not good. That's fine, so long as you can acknowledge the fact that it has flaws and you don't like.
What would you say my bad.
Yeah.
What would you say the flaws are in The Last Jedi then?
Um, the tone is all over the place. It keeps like it's trying its hardest to be novel, where they intersperse serious moments with comedy, which Marvel does pretty well for the most part. Let's be honest, Marvel's pretty good at making light in dark times in its movies. Um, but The Last Jedi does it so awfully. It just comes out of nowhere. You don't expect it, but it's not like oh, that's good, that's funny. It's oh, how am I supposed to feel about this sort of sort of tonal shift? It's a bit all over the place. And then there's the infamous Canto Bite scene, which I think
Oh,
everyone agrees that that's just unnecessary. Um, Ray is not interesting. Nothing really happens with her. She just sort of exists. Uh, I'm still kind of on the fence with Luke. I don't like old Luke. I can understand perhaps how he got to where he is. I can see the the, 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 the train that leads to that destination, but it's not a train I think we could ride. That's personal. I don't think it fits with his character, and it really takes me out of the movie. It bigged him up so much, and well, I mean, he's only in like what 15 minutes, and he carks it. So, I mean, it's a bit of a disappointment. Like I said, like the last Force Awakens Force had set up something better than itself, which is what all of the Star Wars films, all of the original films in their respective trilogies did. They set up for something better than themselves.
yeah. I mean, if Disney Star Wars wanted to do something new, they did exactly that. They set up for something not as good
Yeah,
as the platform they started on.
yeah, I gotta hand it to them. They did do something completely new. No one saw this coming. But doesn't breaking new ground isn't always good. Sometimes you break into quicksand, and you don't want to do that.
I mean, there's that joke that everyone has said, but I'll say it again because it's so funny. You know, Disney kept going on, and Ryan Johnson kept going on about how they wanted us to have our expectations averted. Well, you know what? I was expecting a good Star Wars film. Expectation averted.
Yeah,
I-
it's
is someone playing the recorder in your room or something?
it's probably exactly
Here, one second. Let me just ask the chat really quick. Hey, chat. Um, are you guys all able to hear Keithy? Okay.
might be a while before we get a response because that was a bit alright. But hopefully we get something.
Okay. Here. While we're waiting for some responses. Okay. Omen
And
says
yes,
yes.
yes.
Some intense flute solos going on back there.
I'm sorry. I use the computer. It's not the microphone that's the issue. It's the computer. It's the audio jack on the computer.
I see.
But,
Whoa.
yeah,
Oh man. Sound like something from Aliens right there.
that was the fact. That was the fact.
Okay.
Nothing else.
Oh, speaking of Aliens and Predator, and since you said you liked them, what are your thoughts on how that franchise has been handled recently? I'm sorry, I'm so evil. I'm so sorry.
The predator was, in the immortal words of Hayato Miyazaki, the predator was a mistake. It was a mistake. That movie sucked ass.
Hey, Keithy. Keithy, you have phones, right?
Okay.
I don't know. I was joking because the recent announcement of the new Alien game
I, I love Alien Isolation. Please don't do this to my baby.
and its sequel is now a mobile game.
Don't do this to my baby.
Now, I don't know because I didn't look too deep into it, but is it true that it's like a Five Nights at Freddy clone?
So that's a good. Yeah.
Oh my god! What? What? What have they done?
That's sad. I'm very sad. Enjoy those franchises ago.
Oh,
All good shit.
just so you know, Liam is saying she can hear you, or I'm sorry, I don't know which Liam is. I don't know. It's 2019. I don't know.
Liam is the guy.
Okay. Well, she says, you can hear him, but can only just understand him. And also says the Buzz is angered. Omen says, appease the great Buzz. Liam, all hail the great Buzz. Omen, all praise the Buzz. Liam, does Buzz has spoken?
Yeah.
And then Sydney, Liam's a dude, bro.
Yeah,
and then Liam says, I just Googled this. It has a huge Five Nights at Freddy's vibe. Uh-oh. All right, guys. Well, we're just going to add this list. I mean, this franchise to the list of things that corporations have just decided to, destroy. But let's talk about something a little more fun. Any good shows you're watching right now?
I guess recent ones, Castlevania was a huge breath of fresh air. That was like something. When someone who loves Castlevania series, it was like everything you could want.
Hey, dude, try to readjust your mic or something.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. I'm trying to figure out how to do it because I did it earlier. And now I can't increase my sound. And that's very annoying.
All right, chat. I got a question for you. What does his voice sound like right now? Like if you had to like pick out some evil villain or evil computer mastermind or something, like who does he sound like?
Is this any better?
The song! Oh no, it's gone now. Oh, and I can hear you perfectly. Yes, we have done it.
That's the thing, it's the noise suppression. It will make me really quiet.
He is mumbly, but it sounds like gremlins are trying to speak under him. That's what Omen said.
That's Buzz.
Buzz, the great Buzz. Liam says, I'm sorry, Salem, but I can't let you do that.
Is this any better?
Oh, yeah, you're good, dude. I can hear you.
Okay, good. It's actually might work a little bit better. It's
Well, oh, shoot. Did someone get killed?
I punched the computer in the fence.
Okay, so you were talking about Castlevania. Go ahead.
It was a huge breath of fresh air, especially for someone who's just bored of everything. I was bored of everything available. I was a cat at one point. There was nothing to watch. And then that puts out Castlevania, the anime. Oh, they signed me up. Signed me the fuck up. I am already. And
we all were.
And while I was disappointed by the lack of episodes in the first season, they more than made up for it in the second. It was a wild ride. I cannot wait for season 3. Because obviously I played the games, so I know where this is going. And I am both interested and deeply saddened to know what's going
on. I will admit I'm a little scared of it moving forward myself.
Well, with the recent direction Netflix seems to be heading in.
Well, spoilers, everybody, but Dracula's dead, and he was easily, to me at least, one of the best parts of the entire show. And the villains that you've got to carry it on, I mean, they don't hold a candle to Dracula's character.
Do you know who's going to take Dracula's place?
Not without spoiling the games.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I will say though, I was impressed that I was worried that they were going to change a bunch of stuff, but no, they've actually kept a lot of the characters to the core of like their personality in the show from the game.
Yeah, I really like that. Someone take up his mantle. Which will be the adventure, and it will really add a whole layer to the characters as
well. Oh man, this is going to become a running gag with us now, dude. Everyone's talking about the great buzz in the chat.
I really wish I could about it, but it's actually like it's just my laptop is broken, and I don't have a lot more about it.
Okay, I gotta ask, dude, because you were sounding so good in the beginning. What has happened?
I really don't know. It might be overheating. It sounds like it's overheating. Shut up.
Okay, well,
there's nothing I can really do about it. I might turn my brightness down. I hope those brightness.
Oh, so you play the drums as well?
But yeah, I'm sorry. I wish I could do something more about it, but the only way to make myself sound better is to unleash the buzz, which no one wants. Yes, I'll get a new output at some point.
Well, okay, so I mean, we'll move on to another thing. So you mentioned Castlevania. You're enjoying that. Anything that's out that you're not getting why it's popular?
Well, it's funny things that I don't like them. I don't think it should be. But I mean, to be honest, it's quite easy to guess why things are popular nowadays. But even if they should be popular, it's quite easy to tell why they are. I think you know where this is going.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to like hear you and try to like put the words together in my head because I'm having to like make sure I'm following along because
I'm sorry.
You're fine, dude. But you know what? I since your audio is just not the greatest, I feel like you deserve a little bit of punishment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop what you're about to say, and you're going to have to deal with this. You're going to have to tell everyone why you like Sword Art Online. I'm so evil.
But remember, this was my first time. It was the first one I ever watched. And so this was all I had to go for the time. And obviously, young is not exactly film literate. So you couldn't really tell if it was a good or a bad one. And I think it was the world and the art style that got me. Because I love Christ behind Sword Online. But I'm surprised they fucked it up as much as they did. It's such a good fucking but it was it was just the first taste of anime and how the animation style looked and I loved it. It's so weird. And then I went back and rewatched it 2 years later with realized it was so bad.
Well, you know what, dude? Just to make it less painful, I'm just going to confess something right now. You ready, ladies and gentlemen? You buckle in. You're going to hear it here first before anyone else. I like Sword Art Online, and I still do, and I ain't ashamed. Boom!
Biggest move. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear.
I noticed that the views shot up to like 3 more as soon as I said that. Watch it drop by 9. Oh, wait a minute, I gotta check the chat for this. Gasp, gasp, boo! Stream canceled. Everyone, relays torch. The filthy heathens shall be brought judgment upon God itself. Omen. The buzz will punish. Oh, you know we got to make that a meme for our little circle of friends now, right?
Picture I saw that was just caution noise. And it was just
Oh my gosh. Oh man, I have an idea for if I commission someone relatively soon after I get the one from Katie done, I might commission someone to like make a thing of all of us like running from a big giant buzzsaw. This is where my mind goes. I'm sorry. The buzz has no form. I'll be waiting for the art of the buzz. It is merely pure sound, you foolish mortals. Oh man. Okay, so let's move away from Sword Art Online before we get. Well, that alone probably got us would probably get us demonetized if I could even monetize the channel. So, yeah. What's something good to talk about right now? I'm trying to think of something just positive because there's just so much crazy shit going on in the world. Here, come on, chat. Bring us up. Come on, chat. Bring us up something cool. Tell us something to talk about. I can't hear you, man. What?
I can see. Video games.
Still can't hear you.
Video games.
Okay. Whatever you did right there, I was able to hear it. Do that more often.
That was just random chance.
Oh, no.
Video games, yeah. So,
okay, and now I can understand you. Okay, there we go.
It comes and goes. It's really annoying.
Okay. So what were you saying? What was something you wanted to talk about?
I've been playing a lot of video games recently.
Oh, okay. And which one were you playing recently?
Most recently, finished God of War.
You better cut off that saw, boy.
God of Boy.
Beware the buzz, boy. So what did you like about it, man? Was it how would you scale it 1 to 10?
Yeah, I don't really do solid 9. Solid 9. Like, it's almost perfect. As a there were a lot of times where the series felt like it should have just ended and carried on. And while I certainly enjoyed it, it does feel like it drags.
And what did you think about how it stopped and ended off? Because I know that's something that a lot of people keep talking about.
How it finished.
Oh, you haven't finished? Okay.
Oh, no, I haven't finished. How it finished.
Oh, sorry, man. I can't understand.
It's okay. It's really it's so difficult to talk about giving away everything. It's one of those games where it's like even the slightest discussion about it could ruin the experience. You know too much. But it's just seeing the characters grow, not only as a father and son, but as people, especially taking into account the previous games. It's heartwarming, like it really is, because everyone knows Kratos is just that big, angry, Greek man who killed all the gods. Seeing him now having to raise a child, clearly struggling, which is just sort of like, that's just the key point of the whole thing. It's like, who can tell me Kratos struggles raising his son? And to see him and his son grow as they do throughout this game, it's beautiful. It really is. And Santa Monica has done an amazing job. They should be very proud of themselves for this game. So this is probably one of the best I've ever played.
And what did you think about the I guess it's just a question about your opinion. What did you think about the change of the mythology a little bit for the fourth game?
Someone who absolutely adores Norse mythology, there's so much in that game. Obviously, it changes it so that it fits with the game story, but there's so much in that game where if you know Norse mythology, everything starts to make a little bit more sense. And you know what's happening before it even happens.
Oh no! Oh man! Dark Bow / whoever you are, I will not tolerate spoilers in the chat. And someone wanted to hear your I don't remember who it was, but someone said they wanted to hear your thoughts about Joker and Smash Brothers.
I know that because that dream is finished so far because I'm excited that it came out and I finished it. And I've recently Googled it, so now that I finished God of War, I'm going to play it. I can start getting my face now. I love Smash Bros. I love all the guest characters and stuff. And I constantly going on record as saying I still cannot believe that Joker is going to be in some Ultimate. I just can't believe that because he is a
Oh,
you know what Sony a lot of hates. And I think it's Atlas Sony anyway. Surprised that they would do that. I'm sure I don't know why. But it was still a shock. I expected so.
oh, Omen is saying, wait, Goblin Slayer isn't Iseki or Isekai. I don't know. The new one, Rising of the Shield Hero, which really made a lot of people mad. Me personally, though, I'm glad it made people mad.
I'm sure
And then, oh, and she says she's talking to herself. You know, Omen, when because you keep using that, maybe when the piece is made, it'll have to have like you featured as a cat because you keep bringing up this cat emoji with it. And then Dark Bow says, "Oh my God, I thought I did something wrong. My heart leapt out of my chest. You did do something wrong. You spoiled Smash Brothers. I mean Persona 5. Any more spoilers from you, Dark Bow, and I'm gonna have to ban you." Listen, my cat emoji problem is none of your concern. Yes, it is. Now, because now you're going to be depicted as a cat. All right. Well, well, we're starting to go a little all over the place. So we can either end it here, or I figured since I'm starting to make this, oh my gosh, Omen, nyan nyan motherfuckers. But since we're coming to a point where I guess I'm not having like a structure, this is how I was going to format things. The first one with that I interviewed that I did with Ullman was kind of just a learning experience. But the way that I would probably like to end all of these is we can either find a new topic to talk about before we end, or we can start sending out invites to anybody who would want to jump on and talk.
Yeah, I think too black. It's gonna look at that because stupid boys.
I couldn't hear or understand a single word you just said.
That's exactly my point.
Okay. Okay. All I heard was beep 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 beep. I'm sorry, man. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm saying that that's all I can hear. And of course, the buzz comes in. We'll find. Okay, we'll definitely do this again, and we'll have to we'll have to grab our little group and even do some live streams with as many of us as we can on here. But we're not going to. We'll have to figure that out and sort that all out. I'm not going to just put that out there without conversing with you guys first. And hopefully we'll have all technical difficulties sorted out, because Google is stupid. And you wanna share the little problem that we all had before getting on here?
Just
Oh, did you explain everything? Hello?
Hang on.
Omen saying hang up and rejoin, and then Liam says it ain't the connection, it's his laptop. Sydney says rest in peace. And Darkbow, I am banning you. You spoiled it again. Sorry, I know Deadpool is the... Sorry, I know. Oh, hello? Hello? Uh-oh. Did we lose him? Hang in there, Keith. Catch this. Throws in...
Oh. Hello?
Oh, that's way better. It's a kind of breathy, but it's better.
Right. So, I'm using my phone. I downloaded Hangouts while my microphone was dying.
Oh, now we can talk. All right, everyone, just sing your praises in the chat. All praise the. Okay, there's got to be like an enemy god to the buzz.
The silence.
The silence.
The silence.
Hashtag me too.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Boy, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm gonna come over there.
It was a joke. It was just a joke.
I know. Well, this allows me to be a little bit quieter, and obviously means I can talk for longer. And you can hear me better, so...
Okay. Omen says we'll work on the lore.
We'll work on the lore. Of course, Lore Master Omen. Okay, you're gonna have to reach out for me now, because I don't know if I can read it myself.
Oh, it says, we'll work on the lore, she says.
Yes.
And then Darkbow says, silence will fall when the question is asked.
Oh, bugger off, you Doctor Who.
and he says, hello and welcome to Keithyboy's ASMR.
I mean, like I said, this microphone is really good. It's like 50 quid, so I can get all up in it like this. Go all ASMR. But no, I won't do that.
You don't know half of it, Daddy.
Don't you ever do that again.
I'm gonna do it as many times as I can.
I am disgusted. But
it was meant to disgust you, and it's coming for you.
Oh, brilliant. But yes, now we can talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Metal Snake, why? Oh, man. Do a Metal Snake impression. Metal Snake, why? Solid Snake.
Otacon. A weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
Oh, shit.
I do actually I love talking like Snake. It's so fun. Fuck it, I'm a Snake main in Smash now. You can't stop me. But yes, we can talk about more things now.
Excellent, excellent. What does the chat want us to talk about?
I don't know. You'll have to tell me.
No, I'm asking the chat.
Yes, my girlfriend is messaging me saying if I do my Junkrat impression, she will legit marry me.
Darkbow says, I thought this was a stream with Keithyboy, not David Attenborough. Omen says, Sword Art Online.
Sword Art Online.
Oh, she said it twice.
We're not talking about Sword Art Online again. That book is closed permanently.
And guys, just so you know, I still like it.
Unironically.
To me, it's not the perfect thing, but it's not as bad as everyone makes it out to be.
It's not hell on earth, but it's not exactly a good.
I think that the scene that was probably the worst that I didn't like, it was probably when I forgot the name of the digital little girl was.
Yui.
Yeah, Yui, when she supposedly dies.
Mm-hmm.
That was an amazing scene.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just took out all of the emotion that it built up to because it's like, oh no, she's okay.
Yeah, so all sense of dramatic tension went away in an instant. It's like, why?
Yeah, it was like, I mean, it was one of those times where it's like when the character was like screaming and crying, I was like, I like legitimately feel bad for you.
Yeah,
But then he's
I actually felt
he's
bad.
like, no, I'm just gonna download her. There, everything's good.
It was so stupid. It could have been done so much better. Though apparently they're remaking it.
What?
Which they're apparently going to remake it. Like they're going to keep the characters, like the names and such, but they're going to like the writer is actually restarting the story from scratch.
Oh, interesting. No more Sword Art Online. The book is closed. Continues to talk about Sword Art Online anyway.
Hey, it's your fault, not mine.
No, Sydney.
Yeah.
Sydney said that. And then Omen says, to be fair, I hear episode 1 through 15 is fine. It's just everything after.
I think if Sword Art Online 2 didn't exist, the universe would be some. If Alfheim and Sword Art Online 2 did not exist, the series would be much better.
Darkbow, I'm permanently banning you.
What did he say?
I'm not even reading it.
What did he say? I can't
No, I'm not
see.
reading it.
It's not fair.
No,
I
too
can't
bad.
see.
No, I'm not reading that. We're not talking about that.
Oh, okay.
And once you realize later what he had said, you're going to be thanking me.
Okay.
Okay, Omen says top 10 best anime doggo friends.
Hey Salem, you've watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, right?
It has been a really long time.
Nina.
That's what Darkbow wanted us to talk about.
You bitch. You fucking whore. I did it for a joke. That's just mean. When I rewatched that, I genuinely considered, like, the second I realized which episode I was on, I genuinely considered skipping. Because I hate it. I hate it with a passion. Like, I don't.
Oh, every time that I see that brought up, I'm just like, Fido had it easy.
My god.
I mean, Old Yeller had it easy. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Because at least one of the kids got to live.
Oh, that's sad.
Ed, brother, Ed. Screw you, Darkbow.
Indeed.
Uh,
But
now I
no,
have
is there any?
depression.
Oh. But yeah, is there anything any other topics you want to talk about?
Hmm. Not sure. I would like to know what you were talking about when I was talking about bringing more people on because I couldn't understand a single word you were saying.
Oh, I was just saying that my microphone is going to shit.
Oh, okay.
But no,
Okay, well, what I was saying is like in the future we should have more than one person on.
yeah, I'm up
Um,
I'm up for that.
yeah, and the way that would end these would I would just talk about another topic, or what I would end up doing is like inviting other people on at the end of the interview to talk about it.
Mm. Well, that's not a bad idea. Yeah.
So, is there anyone in the chat that has a suggestion?
Don't know.
Ah, okay. So, Omen's talking about Bloodborne.
Oh yes, any excuse, any fucking excuse to talk about that game. It's the best game ever made. Fight me.
It,
Uh,
it is the greatest game ever made. And Liam, communism never wins.
come-
No. Liam says communism is always the answer, and no, it's not.
no, Liam's quite the meme lord. It's quite the communist meme lord.
Liam, I will not tolerate communism here.
This America boy can't bring down that shit over here. But no,
And this was American ASMR brought to you by Keithyboy.
you just hear a beer crack open in the background. That's your ASMR.
And
No,
a yeehaw.
Yeah. But no, Bloodborne.
Yeehaw.
Bloodborne. Let's get back on track, shall we? Bloodborne. um, I've always been a big fan of FromSoft. The first From Software game I ever played was Dark Souls 2.
Mhm.
And I have, believe it or not, the only one I've not played is Dark Souls 1. I've played Demon Souls, but not Dark Souls 1. Um, but Bloodborne, despite the fact that I've played most of the Dark Souls games, Bloodborne is still my favorite FromSoft game, if for nothing else than the setting. Because holy fuck, did I not know that I wanted Victorian Dark Souls until I got it.
Yeah.
I did not realize that was something I needed in my life until it came. But and also I much prefer the more aggressive playstyle because I'm a very aggressive player in Dark Souls because I've never been able to parry.
Yeah, that's
So
the same thing.
I can't parry, so I always just run in with a fucking like two-handed greatsword and just do as much damage as possible. Um, but no, it's just such like the Souls games by the nature of their playstyle are very very good at making you feel afraid because of how the games play.
Um,
But Bloodborne does that
wait.
better than any other game.
Liam just wants to say, wow, Lady Mario is so easy, right?
All right, I introduced Liam to Bloodborne when it was free on PlayStation Plus. He got the DLC because he was enjoying it, and we played through, and we got to Lady Maria. He beat her on his first try because this man is a parry king. Like, he joined me in my fight to try and beat her because I've never been good at fighting Lady Maria. I enjoy it, but I'm terrible at it. And he said to me while we were fighting, "Wait, she does that?" And I was like, "Yes, she does that." It's like, it was just like, I killed her so quick I didn't see half her fucking moves. It was like, it was ridiculous. Um, but no, I still stand by Lady Maria being one of the best fights in the entire game. Uh, Obviously, it's a cakewalk if you're, a parry god, Liam. But it's not. It's good.
Now, I find parrying a lot easier in Bloodborne than Dark Souls.
It's because it's a projectile.
True.
You only have one frame of impact to worry about. With shields in Dark Souls, they have wind up to the parryable hitbox, and
Mm.
so you not only do you have to time the hit, you have to time the time to hit, which is not it's not easy.
And Shidou Koji.
Shidoju, I'm pretty
Shid,
sure.
Shidou Koji says Lady Mario is the reason I want to play Bloodborne.
Oh, dude, do it. It's like fucking Bloodborne is like £7. Buy it. It's fucking cheap as shit, and it's so good.
And then Darkbow says, big up Liam, the carrier of those who are born of blood.
Yeah, Liam has always had a knack for picking up games incredibly quickly, and Bloodborne was no exception.
Oh, Liam also said, if it's in the consultation, I'm trash against giant enemies like the Dark Beast. How are you?
Oh,
How is the Dark Beast hard? It's one of the easiest boss fights in the whole game.
I think he means the not the big dark beast like Dark Beast Paul,
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of.
the other dark beasts, I forget what they called. The the beggar,
Yeah.
him.
Oh, yeah. No, that guy's a pain in the ass. Yeah.
Abhorrent beasts, that's what they're called. Abhorrent beasts. Yeah,
Oh, and
he
Omen
he
told me
struggles
how to
against those.
pronounce it.
Yeah.
Shidokuji.
There you go. Shidokuji.
Shidokuji.
There you go. My girlfriend is hammering at me to talk about Xenoblade. Stop. Not you. Not you, Emily, the fucking robot. For some reason, it responded to Xenoblade. I I don't I don't get it. It's so fucking weird. Um,
And Darkbow, yeah, that's their problem with playing nothing but Sonic games. Every game is going to be hard.
yes, yes, yeah, they're a big Sonic fan, and when I introduced them to Bloodborne, they did not handle the change of pace very well.
You know, people have made Sonic characters in Bloodborne.
Of course they have.
This is the art. This is the art circle. Of course they have.
But yes, I'm being hammered to talk about Xenoblade, despite the fact that I know very little about Xenoblade.
I would have to look it up to know if I know about it or not.
It's the game that Shulk's from.
Hmm. Oh, and we got some breaking news.
Oh,
Disney has put on a copyright strike on Star Wars Theory, and apparently their Vader fan film has been taken down.
oh, wait, what the? No.
Let's here. I'm gonna look and see if I can find it.
I know who you're talking about. They didn't.
Yeah,
They
because that was an amazing fan film.
They did not do that. That's
Okay, it's still. It looks like it's still up.
that doesn't mean they didn't strike it though. That's the thing.
Yeah. Here, 1 second.
Oh, that's just.
Okay, so Star Wars Theory tweeted out, "Thanks Disney, super nice of you, thumbs up." And it says, "Hi Star Wars fan." I keep saying fan theory.
Yeah.
Okay,
Star Wars
hi
Theory.
Star Wars Theory. A copyright owner using Content ID claimed some material in your video. This is just a heads up. Don't worry, you're not in trouble, and your account is standing and is not affected by this. There are either ads running on your video with the revenue going to the copyright owner, or the copyright owner is receiving stats about your video's views.
Okay.
So it's like Mickey Mouse is going to be leeching off of all the views they get now.
Oh, from that video, yeah. That's
bullshit.
that
Because
is bullshit.
this is like the one good Star Wars thing we've had in a long time, and Disney had nothing to do with it,
Mm-hmm.
and yet they're gonna get all the benefits.
Ugh. That honestly sucks.
Oh, this is why I hate Twitter. I get all the depressing news right away.
That's why I have a steady stream of positive and negative on my Twitter feed. So every time I see something bad, it's immediately followed up by like the best piece of art I've seen in like a million years. And my brain is just like, oh, fulfilled. I'm happy again.
I should follow some more positive accounts.
Oh, I recommend it. I very much recommend it. But
Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. Oh, Darkbo says Nani replays Bloodborne with Sonic character.
he would. But
And
she
then
would. She would,
Liam,
sorry.
you can make anything in Bloodborne with enough time and patience. And then Omen, I've seen someone play as Pepe in Dark Souls. Yeah, but Omen, they're obviously a Nazi, so why are you endorsing that?
Oh shit! What up? fucking medieval Nazis up in this bitch. Oh
Disney.
my god.
And Darkbow, Disney. Oh, I see the creativity you have put into this project. Thanos snaps content. Omen, demonetize the video and ask for tips. Holy crap, that would be a great way to fight Disney.
Set up a coffee. And just
And Liam, oh no, they've been playing as Eustace from Courage and using nothing but the Kirk hammer. Yep, I've seen that. That's it, I'm getting my mallet.
I debated whether or not I should do that one time.
And then Omen says, leave the Froggo boy alone.
No, he must pay for his crimes of being guilty by association.
No, you don't understand, Omen. My college professor told me that Pepe is a hate symbol. And anything you learn in college is just immediately fact.
Oof. Brother.
Oh my god. Just get my books today and seeing all the crap that people were buying.
Mm-hmm.
You take 2 seconds to look at the book covers and you already know it's full of BS.
Yeah. That's never fun.
And Liam says, no, it's not Pepe. It's clearly the Grinch in a mask.
Stupid meme.
Darkbo writes Pepe's name in Death Note.
Oh no. You can't do that.
Memes never die.
You can't
Or
do
at least
that.
the good ones.
You can't do that. He's French.
Ooh.
He needs to surrender first.
Omen, you ever stop to think in the history of Book of Hate Symbols, this depressed frog is just going to be in there?
Oh my god, it is, and that's gonna be so weird. Oh, it's gonna be
Feels bad,
so.
man.
It's gonna be so bad. You just open up the thing, you just go Pepe right next to the fucking Nazi symbol.
Here,
Fucking.
let's have something a little fun since we're talking about Bloodborne. Omen did some sketches of our characters that we were
Oh,
using.
she did, and they were amazing.
Yeah, why don't you tell us a little bit about your character?
My character in what in our little
Yeah, in Bloodborne.
Discord thing. Oh well, well, I mean, first of all, I spent about an hour and a half designing this fucking thing because give me a character creator and that will be my gameplay. Uh, but I guess my idea for my character in our whole sort of Discord roleplay thing that we were doing was that my character was from she was a scholar from a far off land who was sort of looked down upon in her home country for her less than ethical ways of you know research. And so she came to Yarnum, where she had heard that the church weren't exactly pure of heart themselves, and that they had discovered something unique in the old blood. And so she came to Yarnum to try and uncover the secrets, and obviously, as visitors to Yarnum tend to do, unwittingly got embroiled in the hunt, where she bumps into you guys.
Mine's the best, just so everyone knows.
Of course.
Just joking. Oh, let's see here. Oh, I missed a lot of chat. Ullman says you're going to find Pepe next to burning crosses and white pointy hats and such. And then she put another cat emoji.
Of course she did.
Omen, you're going to be reimagined as a cat.
I stand by my new name for Omen, with Omen in Niasai.
Oh my god. Okay, so and Darkbow says Pepe gets sent to the grave by the card effect of Ronan Toden.
Oh my fucking
And special summon a frog accepts Frog the Jam to make a rank 2 XYZ of totally awesome hashtag Yu-Gi-Oh for life.
I apologize.
And Sydney Blues just uses the eyes emoji 4 times in a row. Umbrian X. Is it bad that I used Pepe as an example of outraged misconception culture in a sociology essay?
No, I mean that's kind of he's a perfect example because
Yeah, it is.
because that's exactly what he is. It's just people getting angry at something that's completely innocuous.
However, because of sociology professors these days, I'm pretty sure that professor gave you an F for being a Nazi.
No, she actually got an A. She messaged me.
Oh,
said she got an A.
And that was the only. Oh wow, maybe your sociology professor actually has brain cells.
Oof.
And Omen says Ariala is horrible as a person. That's her hunter, I believe.
Her hunter, yeah.
Or huntress.
Yes, we do not discriminate here.
And then Darkbow says, "Be proud of your work, Umbrian. You have inspired a generation." And yeah, let's all give it a round of applause for Umbrian.
I'd give the quietest clap ever.
Meme lives matter. Yeah, I agree, Omen. That is a damn good essay.
Mm.
Don't laugh at us, Umbrian. We're serious. I'll tell you what, you guys come to an American college, go to their bookstore, and immediately you lose faith in humanity.
Yeah, it sounds it. It certainly does. Uh,
Okay, so anything else you want to tell us about your hunter?
uh, there's not really too much about the hunter, really. It's been a while since I've really done anything for it, but I guess she obviously, with uh her ethics or lack thereof, she takes great pleasure in being part of the hunt and often loses sight of who is hunter and who is prey.
Yeah, but
So,
Bloodborne tackles the idea that it's sometimes hard to tell the difference between the two,
mm-hmm,
and maybe there isn't even a difference
indeed,
because Miyazaki is a good storyteller,
he's a very good storyteller.
unlike 90% of the rest of the industry.
Indeed.
And then Darkbo says, best build in Bloodborne, or is it a personal preference? Um, I'm not
I
sure what you mean.
I mean that like what's the best build to go for in Bloodborne, or is it just personal preference?
It is personal preference.
It is personal preference, though Blood Tinge builds are considered incredibly broken because this game has not had a patch in 3 years. And so, uh, Blood Tinge weapons are the easiest to overpower. Take it from someone who has 70 Blood Tinge and a Chikage with two of the highest possible attainable uh, blood tinged gemstones. That thing can one shot basically any enemy at this point. It's uh it's a bit broken.
I always went. I always went with the saw spear. Easy, but get a little more range.
Soul Spear's pretty good. Plus it
I
does
know
poke
it's.
damage. It does little piercing damage because it's a spear as well. It's serrated
Omen
piercing.
says she's going to end up in the hunter's nightmare.
Oh yes, that's see. I don't think my hunter would end up in the nightmare. More because she's less blood drunk, more she's doing this out of sadistic pleasure.
Oh, Omen asked a good question.
Mm.
What is your favorite Bloodborne ending?
The true ending. I love the cliffhanger it leaves on.
I'm sorry to make this predictable, but I'm gonna have to agree with that.
Mm. It's just like, I mean, you become God
Yeah,
basically,
yeah.
and it's like, where the fuck is it gonna go from there?
You might have a few tentacles, but
Of course.
I mean, it is H.P. Lovecraft.
Mm.
The more tentacles, the better.
Hum.
And of course, someone in Japan made a story about tentacles.
Oh boy. Did
And,
did you?
and Omen says, "Yeah."
I mean, did you know that the first ever, I think it was like the first ever instance of Japanese tentacle porn goes back to like 1597.
I wasn't referring to tentacle porn, you pervert.
It's called the Fisherman's Wife.
I bet you she's quite a catch.
Oh my god. It's literally a ancient Japanese.
Oh my god.
It's basically a feudal Japanese style drawing of a woman having sex with an octopus. I, I I don't know how I know this. I heard it somewhere. I can't remember where now.
Do you want to hear what they have to say?
Sure.
Okay, Dark. Also, would you say Vampire was an amazing game compared to Bloodborne? I found it had the same atmosphere as Bloodborne personally. Here,
Uh,
1 second. We'll return to that
yeah.
because everyone else was still talking about other stuff. Omen says, I want to know how much FromSoft would. I'm sorry, let me reread that. I want to know about how much money FromSoft would make a Bloodborne 2 announcement.
I mean, have you played Desireen?
Wait, we're talking about Bloodborne 2, weren't we?
Yes. Desireen is a VR game made by FromSoft, which heavily hints at a Bloodborne prequel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
and Darkball says James has been busted. FBI, open up. And Omen says, I believe it's because censorship now allows human anatomy.
censorship now allows human anatomy.
Omen also said nothing said about tentacles.
Indeed. Yeah, that's why they do it now.
And Omen
Because
says, sick the buzz on Salem. What did I do? What did I do to deserve the buzz?
probably your joke about the fisherman's wife being quite a catch.
Omen says she believes nothing until the announcement is official.
Yeah, I mean that's
Liam says, Keith, show us your search history.
no. I actually don't have a search history because I use incognito mode like a uh, like a good child. But but yeah,
Omen, you gotta have some faith.
but yeah, talking about vampire. Oh,
Darkbow just said, "What did I do?" in quotes, and then it says in asterisks, "Watched Sword Art Online."
oh, oof.
Okay, so go ahead.
But yeah, back to vampire. I haven't played it. I hear that it does play similarly to Bloodborne, and obviously it's set in the same time period, so it's going to be atmospherically very similar. But from a friend of mine who does play it, I hear that it is like Bloodborne, but less punishing.
Mm.
It's difficult, and it has that typical, typical Soulsborne difficulty that everyone expects from a game like that. But it's not. It's tough, but it's like it's not as punishing, sort of thing. You're gonna have a rough time, but you're not gonna like want to throw your controller across the room like Bloodborne can make you do.
I could never throw my controller with Bloodborne. I was always having too much fun.
I did get frustrated a lot, especially in my early days playing Bloodborne, because I had to get used to the new playstyle.
Mm. Oh, and Umbrian says, "I've closed the book on Sword Art Online," in quotes, but then it says, "Dude, you still have like 5 Kirito figures."
Alright, we ain't gonna talk about that. We're gonna keep that quiet.
I'll bet you it's 6.
It's actually four.
You're lying.
Wait, is it four? No, it's only three.
Oh no, it keeps going down. No, you're definitely lying.
No, because I have a Figma of normal Kirito, a Figma of female Kirito, and a Figma and a statue of Kirito.
Okay, no, stop there. Chat, how many does he really have?
I have three.
Put
I
the
have
put the number
three.
in the chat.
I have three, I swear.
No, you don't.
If I could put a picture up on this fucking Hangouts, I would. But no, I like the character design, so I got the Figmas.
And then Umbrian says, "Bitch, you have more than 3. I've seen your room."
You clearly miscounted, my dear.
All right, everyone, put in the number. Placing bets, people. All right. Omen says 5 in a shrine. Liam says at least 5. Shido Kuji says 555.
Yo, dude, no, I don't have that. My
And,
room is like the size of a small fucking
and
cubicle.
Umbrian says 6.
No, like, what? No, that's wrong. Like, I, I have one,
You've been caught
two,
down with your
three,
pants
four.
down, dude. Just admit it.
I have 5 Sword Art Online things in my shelf, and only 3 of them are Kirito. To be fair, a lot of Kirito stuff is really cheap. So,
Ooh.
it really is. But no, I've got two K.
Oh
Oh
no.
no, what's been said?
Omens is asking, is Asuna your waifu?
No, no. I have. How dare you? I have taste.
And then Darkbow says, watch a Sword online? What next? Love the ending of Death Note. And then he says, also he has 8 and he has a thing for the ginger chick.
I don't. What? Why? Why does everyone assume that? I
And then
don't.
Darkbow even says, maybe even a body pillow wouldn't surprise me.
Oh no, I'd never buy a body pillow. How would I explain that to my parents?
Oh, and then Umbrian says, hidden in the back of the closet in the corner of shame alongside the Futaba cosplay.
I have no shame about that. How
All
dare
right. So,
you?
oh, here, Liam's asking a good question. If not Asuna, then who is?
What from Sword Art? Who's my
No, no,
who's?
no, the waifu.
Oh, just in general. Ooh, am I allowed to say my girlfriend? No. I'm not allowed to say my girlfriend, am I? She's
I
not an
think that she would.
anime.
I think she would rather have that answer
I'm sure she would, and I would as well, but I know that's
because
not the
then she would
answer
have to
everyone
compete with
wants.
someone who doesn't exist.
Oh, she
It's a
doesn't have
little
to
hard
compete.
to compete.
She doesn't have to compete with anyone, trust me. She's perfect. Um, but I'm
Umbrian
gonna get.
says your love life is ratting on this bitch.
Oh, I can tell the chat is far behind. Uh, no, no. My girlfriend is my waifu, forever and always. Fuck you all.
You are weak.
I am, I am, but I also love my girlfriend.
Give in to your feelings.
I am.
Embrace the power of the dark side. Give in to the waifu. Let her reach out to you. Then strike their love as true.
Jesus. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I never really got into like waifu culture.
Yeah,
Like,
neither did I.
I mean, I know that's gonna sound like shocking to anyone who's in a Facebook group chat with me because the amount of times I fucking go, oh, my wife, oh, but that's like it's genuinely just a joke. Like there are characters I think are cute, and there are characters that I like in the game. Obviously, you pay yourself up with just because you can, but they're not. It's not like waifu. I'd never consider it that. I don't know
Hmm.
why. It's never something that crossed my mind. It's like if someone asked me the question of like, all right, which out of these characters would you do, or would you be in a relationship with? I could answer that, but it's never waifu culture. And I just got a message from my girlfriend saying that Odin is her waifu. Sorry, James. That I'm not allowed to have a waifu, but she can.
Well,
Apparently.
Omen says, nice echoing effect, Salem. What are you talking about? Because what I'm thinking you're hearing is the echo from Keith's end of the phone.
It might be.
And
I'll
then she
turn.
says, look it, we don't expect you to have a waifu who you feed on and go to dinner dates with.
Never said she couldn't have a waifu. She says, "All right." I really don't know. That's the thing. If we're talking strictly anime, I guess.
I mean, I don't think
Um,
there's any official rules, man.
if we're talking strictly anime, then I forget. I always forget her name because I haven't watched that show in such a long time.
Oh, and Darkbow says you're probably a brony.
Coming from you, um, uh, Makoto, I think is her name from Railgun. I
Uh,
guess that'd be the closest thing.
no, when you were doing the Emperor, at the end there was a little echo going on. Effective. You mean effective in a good way or bad way?
Good way.
No.
It did. I heard that as well, and it added to it. I think that's just the nature of your room.
That is
Yeah.
just the nature of my unlimited power!
Brilliant. But yeah, I mean that's. Oh, hello. I'm being node at. That's the only character I can think of.
And Liam says Misaka Mikoto.
Ah, that's her name. Thank you. Apparently, my
And,
waifu
and
is
Omen says
Sonic.
good and not a bad waifu.
Yeah, I like her. She's cool. She shoots lightning out of her hands. Right? She's cool. I love that show. I need to finish it. It scarred me for life, so I stopped watching. Played with my heart, so I stopped watching. It's such a good show, but like, it crushed my heart, and I couldn't bring myself to carry on watching because I
Oh
was
no,
so upset.
you want a show that'll crush your heart?
Oh,
Have you seen Violet Evergarden yet?
no, but I've heard.
Ooh. Yeah, it's like on my. It's already on my top 10 list of just favorite shows. Period.
I have
It
heard.
is so good.
Hang on. I might know it if I Google it. Violet Evergarden.
It is a show about writing, so maybe I'm a little biased.
Oh, yep, I recognize the characters. Yeah, I've not watched it, but I know of it.
And everyone is always going to say the same thing. Brace for episode 10.
Yes, I shall cry. Great tears of sadness.
Yeah, I recommended this show to a friend of mine, and he never cries. And he called me the other day to tell me, "Fuck you, Salem."
Brilliant.
And you know the funny thing was, he was crying at the episode that was not episode 10.
Oh no.
So I told him, "Oh man, you're going to be destroyed then."
You're in for a shock.
But I
But
won't spoil what episode 10 is about.
well, I'm sure I'll get around to watching it eventually. There's a long list now. Oh, apparently, yeah. Emily just said, "Let's watch it together." Yeah, yeah, sure, we'll watch it together. Uh, at least then I won't be crying alone.
Darkbo says your line April is very sad.
Yellow in April was quite sad. The ending
I did
is
not
what
see
makes
that.
it. The ending is what makes it sad. It's pretty good. It's one of those. That's one. I feel like it's very over. Like it's over recommended. Like it is good, but I feel like it's one of those things that everyone's like, oh, it's this, it's that. It's like, I mean, it's good. Like it is really good, but don't big it up like that because you're just gonna make people not want to watch it.
God damn it, Omen.
What?
Emergence is sad.
Need I remind her that I have a bladed sword on my fucking shelf? I will seppuku myself. I will fucking do it. If I have to hear about that fucking novel one more time.
Hey, you know
Oh
what?
my god, what?
She had to do that process a few times herself.
Up, 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 up. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be very ashamed of yourself.
I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
Don't you lie to my face.
No, no. Well, then again, I'm not. I'm pretty sober, so maybe I am.
Oh, god damn it. Fucking.
Oh, Darkbow. Hey, you know what else was said? Emma Watson's excuse for acting in the live-action Beauty and the Beast.
Oof.
Wow, wow, wow.
That's a mega oof right there, brother.
That is a meme moment. That is like the we gotta get out the Snoop Dogg meme. You know, Thug Life.
Yeah. Oh god. I mean,
Oh,
I enjoyed
that is
that.
amazing.
I enjoyed Beauty and the Beast, but more because the songs. I love the songs.
Oh, the live action you're talking about?
Yeah, I went and watched it and I did have fun, but it was probably because I was singing along the whole fucking time.
Well, I boycott everything Emma Watson is in.
I mean, it's not a bad way to live your life.
Yeah, she's kind of a bitch.
She's not a great.
Darkbow Thanos snaps her acting career. No, you can't have Thanos snap her acting career though, because that would mean there's half of it still left.
I don't know.
We need him to snap twice.
No, but then it'd be 25%. 50% of 50% is 25.
Just keep snapping then, Thanos.
Just him frantically flicking his fingers in her general direction.
You should. You should. What? You should have stopped at Potter.
Oh, no. God, I love that movie.
Thanos Z snap.
Fuck, there's two films I need to get now on DVD. Infinity War and Venom.
Yes, Venom.
I still haven't watched Venom. I didn't get to see it in the movies.
Oh my god! You have to see Venom. You have to see Venom. You have to see Venom.
I want
Oh my
to see
god!
Venom.
I'm giggling and I'm getting all excited like a little freaking schoolgirl.
Yeah, I know because you wrote that. You wrote that. You did a thing.
Yeah, they can tie that back to me. Don't.
I, but yes,
But yes, I am a big fan.
yes, yes. I want to see it. My mum's not too crazy about me watching it, but I want to see it.
How old are you?
Always. Well, old enough.
Okay, then don't worry about it.
I am adult.
Adult. Just do adult things.
Indeed. I'll
No, Omen, I don't.
what?
Salem writes fanfic of Venom and the guy. And then she goes, Eddie. Yes.
Venom Brock.
And then Darkbow says Venom X Buzz.
Oh my. Oh my god. That's my least favorite thing to come out of this.
And then Sydney says Venom, the true bisexual film of our time.
Oh my god. Because I'm sure that they did a really, really good job of personifying Venom. But it spawned so much porn. I'm not okay with.
I kind of appreciate it because it kind of fits with the tone of the film.
I mean, fair. It's just when you know, like, what Venom is and the comic book, like, and what he's like. like personality-wise in the comics and what their relationship is like. It's like, ugh, please don't put these two together. This is not a good thing.
Yeah, I was.
It's like romanticizing Joker and Harley Quinn. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, I want a relationship like Joker and Harley Quinn. No, you don't.
There's literally a comic where Harley bites off part of Joker's face. Do you really want a relationship like that? Fuck me.
Oh, Omen says, look, when it came out, Pennywise and Babadook became a horror gay power couple for a while.
Let's not talk about that. Let's leave that alone, please.
What was that?
Let's leave that alone, please. Let's
Yeah,
not talk.
let's.
Let's not talk about that.
And Babadook is a shitty film.
Eh, I like it.
Worst horror movie I've ever seen.
Oh, it's not good as a horror movie, but I like it as a movie.
Burn it with fire.
I like the subtext.
Darkbow just said something. Do you want me to read it?
Yes.
Quote unquote. It made so much porn out of it. Says the one who brought up the first documents of hentai, James?
Oh, oh.
And Sydney
You.
says it's not the buzz anymore, it's the breath.
That was intentional, but also, yeah. I, I'll be perfectly honest. I have less of a quarrel with tentacle porn than I do with fucking Pennywise the fucking clown.
Why did you combine those things? Now do you realize the image you've put in my head?
I'm sorry.
Ooh, ah, ooh, ah.
Oh no, Woody the Woodpecker. I'm scared. I'm scared.
Oh, no.
This went from talking about art to fucking memes so fast.
No. Like I said, at the end we just have fun. That's all.
It's great. I love it. Mm.
Omen says the buzz hath evolved. And it says Salem, it really happened though. What really happened?
What she said, probably.
It's,
The
um,
the Babadook Pennywise gay power couple. Like it made the news that actually happened.
oh my god.
That actually happened. It became such a popular thing on Tumblr that it made the news.
I don't frequent Tumblr very often.
I don't, but unfortunately it made news.
You see, this is why the news is bullshit, people.
Stop watching the news. The news
Yeah,
is trying to frighten you.
seriously, it is the enemy of the people. Don't listen to the news.
Coming from the journalism major.
Yes, especially coming from the journalism major. Actually, it's not a major, it's a minor.
Minor. Never mind then.
But, yeah, guys, if I could, like, show you all the shit that I've had to go through with this journalism minor, you wouldn't believe any news whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
I mean, no, there is news that is true, but you do have to understand that a lot of the spins have to do with the advertisers who produce the news.
Mm. Well, at least in your country.
You don't think it's the same with yours?
It is with the tabloids. Yes,
Because I was
definitely.
about to say, have you seen the BBC?
Yeah, the BBC aren't as good as they used to be. They're getting worse, but they're
Okay,
not. It's not fake news level at the minute.
uh,
I'd say. At least I'd say. Watching the actual like the broadcast news in the evening. It's very little. The only time I get like ugh is when Brexit comes on the news because then it's like It does get very annoying, but everything else is just sort of like telling you what happened for the most part.
All right, I think Omen tweeted. No, not tweeted. She put in the chat emoji of the drums. So I think she is signifying that we're heading towards politics.
Yes, I think
Let's
let's
let's get away from that.
let's halt that train.
Well, where's the train gonna go?
I don't know, man. It's I don't know.
Okay, choo choo, choo choo, choo choo. Where's the train going?
Anyone got any questions?
Omen says, I only get my news from PewDiePie.
Ah yes, reliable source.
Now, I will, before we switch topics, I will just say the one guy that I do like to watch is an independent journalist called Tim Pool. And he has a bias at times, but what he'll do is he'll mention that it's his bias.
Mm.
So he'll be completely upfront and honest with you.
Yeah, I think if you are gonna be biased, you need to say that you're going to be biased.
Let's play a game.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to play a game called Let's See What's Trending on Twitter.
Oh boy, a lot of stuff to do with Meghan Markle's baby and Brexit, at least for me.
I don't even know any of these people that are taking up more than half the list.
Who are they?
Farah Khan.
Farah Khan. That name rings a bell.
Women's March President Tamika. It's all political. I don't want anything to do with that. Laura Loomer is trending. Oh God. No, I'm not. No.
Chris Pratt.
Why is Twitter is always fucking political?
Yeah, it can be. Chris Pratt is getting engaged to Catherine Schwarzenegger.
Oh yes, I
That's
saw
quite
that.
soon.
And someone pointed out that now, if they have a kid, they'll have the combination of the genes of Arnold Schwarzenegger, John F. Kennedy, and Chris Pratt.
Oof.
They said it would be like it's like the Infinity Stones.
This is perfect. I can get behind this. We'll have the perfect child.
Oh, okay. Darkbo says, "Guess you lost your train of thought." Darkbo, you're being banned. I'm serious.
I know where you live, boy. I'll come over there.
And Liam says, "Oh boy, my favorite." Probably about politics.
Probably.
Omen says, "Favorite comic book character."
Ooh, Spider-Man. I am a huge Spider-Man fan. Like, unbelievably big Spider-Man fan.
You are such a mainstream boy.
You want to fucking fight? Is that what's gonna happen? We gonna fight?
I was born ready to fight you, Muppet.
No, I love Spider-Man. I love him. I love Peter Parker. I love Miles Morales. They're my baby boys, and you cannot hurt them. And if you do, I will hurt you.
Now wait a minute. Miles from the comic or Miles from the movie?
Both really.
Okay.
When Miles started in the comic, obviously, the the more recent comics are using him more as a political ploy, which makes me sad. But Miles was a good character when he like, especially once he made a name, once he made his name. I'd say maybe a couple months after his debut, once he truly made his name and as his own character and not just the new Spider-Man. Miles was a really good character that I really liked because, you know, I'm a mixed race kid and we were about the same age when the comics came out, I think. So it was sort of one of those like, oh, it me moments which I had with the original Spider-Man growing up. But also comic book Miles is just oh, he's so it's such a good portrayal of the character and I'm so glad that they did it like in the movie. I just I'm so glad to finally see him on the big screen and just done so well. It makes me happy. But
Yeah, you sound very content.
I am, yeah. Peter Parker will always be the best Spider-Man for me, but Miles is Miles is there too. Miles will always be there.
I guess I should answer.
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to go with Rorschach.
Oh, of course, yeah. You like Watchmen, don't you?
I love Watchmen. And fuck Alexandria Ocasio Cortez for politicizing it and bringing it into the culture war right now.
Mm.
Like, leave it alone. I said, leave me alone.
Basically.
But no. Aside from all that, no. I've always like really appreciated and kind of looked up to Rorschach in the sense that's like he will do what needs to be done. That's right, but he will also admit that he has a flawed moral code.
Yeah, he's not perfect and he knows it. You gotta
And
respect that.
yeah, and it's like he's the only one who can see the faults on all sides of the event going on.
I'm being asked to talk about how I became quote unquote Captain Autismo when I saw Spider Verse for the first time. Uh, and by that I mean like complete like fanboy breakdown upon viewing the movie because it was so perfect.
Wait, can I pop some popcorn?
Jesus Christ.
I literally have it right here.
You're gonna put some popcorn on.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can let you listen to it pop too.
Go for it then. Put it on.
Okay, 1 second. Oh, you don't.
Oh, I believe you. Don't worry, I believe you. I definitely believe you.
Here, can you
But
hear me?
yes, I can hear you.
Did the quality change in the audio?
Yes.
Ah, shoot.
Not too bad though, because I understand you perfectly.
1 second.
But well, I was very looking forward to seeing Spider-Verse basically. And
Oh, here, can you hear me? I'm sorry.
yeah, I can hear you.
And
Yeah,
is the quality still changed?
yeah, it's changed, but it's fine.
Man, God.
Um,
Okay, well, you're gonna have to live with it, I guess.
yeah, no, it's fine. Don't worry, it's not that bad. But yeah, we went to go see it, and because it was like the only screening of the movie and the last screening of the film before Christmas, they were handing out free posters and stuff. So I got a nice free poster, and that was when everything just started kicking off because I was immediately excited upon receiving a free poster for a movie I'd been so like desperately excited for. I was like, "Oh, it's amazing! It's amazing!" Um, and then I got in. We got in, and we were watching it, and Emily practically kept having to slap me on the wrist because of how excited I kept getting. Because you know I've got Tourette's as well, which means that I have no control over the little like spurts of noise and fucking shit that I do. So I would just like fucking squeak in excitement and upon seeing something I recognized. And I did cry. Of course I cried because I'm a big man baby. But
Hey, you're our man, baby.
but it was a lot of fun, and I cannot wait for that movie to come out on DVD so I can watch it over and over again. It's just it made it, it made me feel like a little kid again, and that that makes me very happy.
What about what? How did it make you feel like a little kid?
I guess sort of just seeing it's something I get whenever I see Spider-Man because he was such a big part of me growing up. It's like I said, like I made that post when Stan Lee passed away. It's that oh god, that's loud. um it, Spider-Man always made me feel as a kid that I could do anything. Like no matter who, no matter what, where I was and what was going on in my life, I could always be better, and sort of strengthened my resolve as a kid to just strive to be the best version I could be and just, do right by everyone, just like Spider-Man does. And every time I see him on like on the screen, be it small or big, that part of me just comes back from when I was a kid, and it's just I'm just immediately taken back to that childlike sense of holy shit, I can do anything.
And
I
you
can.
can. I've seen your artwork.
It's very kind. But yeah,
Oh, here you go. Wait.
are we gonna hear some popping? Yeah, Spider-Man will always have a place in my heart.
So keep going because I'm gonna have some popcorn to eat while I listen.
Mm,
No,
but
that was a joke. I'm sorry.
that's fine. But but yeah, it is. It's just Spider-Man will always have that place in my heart because he was such a big influence on who I am now. I mean, as stupid as it sounds, he's a comic book character, but that same optimism I got from watching him on on the cartoons every morning as a child, I carry through now. Like I still always try to be the best kind of person I can be, and if even if I'm only one person's hero, that's good enough for me.
Oh wow, that's kind of how I feel. I always thought that, like, if I could make someone's day, then that would just be enough to be content with your life.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry that I can't share popcorn via Google Hangouts.
that's fine. If it wasn't so late, I'd probably go down and make some myself.
Mm.
But yeah, it is just he is. It's a big part of me. I mean, like I've mentioned before that I have a I have a I have a file on my computer that I made when I was younger of just like research into whether or not you could actually be Spider-Man. Because I
Hey, just so you know, Sydney
yeah.
says this is super wholesome. My crops are flourishing, my skin is clear, my depression and anxiety are cured. And Omen just did clapping emojis. Oh, she's turned into a SJW.
Oh shit! Make Spider-Man great again.
We're gonna spin a web. It's gonna be the greatest web you've ever seen.
Brilliant.
This web, it's huge.
Hmm.
I'm gonna deport all the goblins.
Uh,
Jonah Jameson, you have fake news.
you have. I mean, he is.
Yeah. Omen says, "Who wants to be the edgy boy who draws Spider-Man with a MAGA cap?"
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. I'd do it for the memes, but I don't want to get all the fucking shit from people who don't realize it's a joke.
And then Umbreon says, "And the depression is back. Hello, darkness, my old friend."
Oh no! Let the wholesome
And
spider
then Liam
boy.
says, "I need more Donald Trump as Spider-Man in my life." Well, you need to realize I can't be here all the time. I mean, look, I gotta look over to Queens and New York City. Unless you build a wall that keeps all the scorpions and lizards out of Queens, I can't do it, man.
Oh god. But yes, I'm very glad that Spider-Verse got Best Animation of the Year. It deserved it. That was
Oh, at the Golden Globes.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I know that, you know, Golden Globes are they I mean nothing, obviously. They're just it's all stupid shit like that, but in the same breath, there was not a I don't think there was another movie that more deserving. The amount of it was such it was a good movie and it was amazing in terms of animation as well. It was everything like I was excited but skeptical when I heard it was announced because well Sony Animations, as much as I love Sony, they aren't the best, and they don't have an amazing track record with their the quality of their stories and their animated works. But
Especially Spider-Man.
and especially Spider-Man, they don't handle Spider-Man very well. But I was I was still excited nonetheless, and I'm glad that st- I was not disappointed, and I was somehow still pleasantly surprised with how good the movie was. If there's anyone listening to this right now who has not still has not seen that movie, do it. Do it as soon as you can. As soon as you get the opportunity to watch it, do it. It
Do
you will
it.
not regret it. But it is. Oh God, it's almost midnight.
I
Yeah,
was about to say, man, you've been staying up for quite a
I
while.
have, and I am also getting rather tired here, my dude.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
But no, I'm. Thanks for having me on. This has actually been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah, it's we'll have to. I'm certainly gonna be up for doing a group one if at any point if you want to do that. That's I'm totally game for that.
Yeah,
This
we'll
was a
have
lot
to
of
do it at
fun.
some point.
Yeah.
And is there anything you want to leave off with everybody?
Um. Just just peace and love, my dudes. Try and make each day better than the last one.
Not a bad way
Because
to send off.
doesn't matter how bad today may have gone. Tomorrow's a new day.
Indeed, it is.
And the future's
And
always brighter.
so Sydney says, "Well done, boy. You did amazing." Liam
Thank you,
says, "Don't do
Sydney.
drugs, kids."
Don't do drugs, kids.
Umbrian goes, "So proud." Darkbow claps with style and grace. Your mother and I are very proud. Omen just octopus emojis all over.
She found the fisherman's wife.
You mean she caught it?
Oh, fuck. But no.
Okay, guys. Well, I think I'll call it quits as well. And I will talk to you all later. And thanks, Keith, for coming on.
Yep. Thank you for having me.
All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I wish you all peace and happiness.
Bye-bye.